Good morning, first graders. Welcome back to our writing workshop. Today we're going to talk about something super fun that I think you all are going to enjoy. We are going to talk about how we become independent writers and we take charge of our own writing. So because you guys are almost in second grade, you guys really need to be independent with your writing and make sure that you are on task and that you are independent and you can say, I can do my own writing. So we're going to talk about how to be an independent writer today. So just like last week, I'm going to take us through a PowerPoint to go through our writing lesson. So here we go. Let's talk about where we left off last week. So last week we imagined a pretend character and we asked ourselves, where are they? What are they going to do? What trouble do they get in? So I hope that all of you came up with your own person and your own character and that you are ready to start your realistic fiction book. So let's remember where we left off. So we had you made up a character, you pretended about a character, you gave your character a name, you imagined all the different adventures that your character went on, and then you sketched your pictures across the pages. So I hope everybody has their sketched pictures out ready to go for this lesson. So let's think about where we're going to go next and how we can be more independent writers. So today we're going to work on taking charge in our own writing. So some of the things that I want us to say are, first I need to, next I should, what happened next is. So these are the ways that we're going to take charge of our own writing, and we are going to be the authors of our realistic fiction books. So let me practice being in charge. So first I need to go across my fingers by thinking about my story. So let me show you how I'm going to do that. So I'm going to take my 5 fingers and I'm going to practice telling my story across my 5 fingers. So I'm going to think, okay, first, my character, her name is Gretchen, and first she heard a noise. And next, she went closer to that noise and she thought, what is that? And then next, she crouched down next to the noise to see what it was, and it was a bird. And Gretchen really felt afraid of the bird. And then she thought, no, I'll be brave and I'll see what I can do to help the bird. And then the last thing that she did is she picked up the bird and she put it in her sweater. So that's how I told my story across the pages. So now let's get back to our PowerPoint. So like I just showed you, first I need to tell across my fingers. And then I sketched my picture. So first I told it across my fingers and then I sketched my pictures in each of the boxes. So that's what you all should have done. You should have sketched your pictures across the boxes. So we say, first I need to tell across my fingers and then we sketch the pictures in the boxes. Now this is where you guys come in and this is the new stuff we're going to talk about today. Next, I need to write across my pages. So I practice saying my story and then we do your touch and tell. Now remember, we use everything we know to spell the words the best we can. So now we're going to go through and touch and tell our story. So I'm going to think about what is happening on this picture like I just did with my fingers. Well, Gretchen, my main character, heard a noise while she was walking to her tree fort. And she thought, what could that possibly be? So I'm going to think, how can I write that on my page? What can I say? This is what I came up with to write about this picture. Gretchen heard a noise. Peep, peep, caw, peep, peep, caw. What is that? She thought. So I touched and I told what happened in this picture. So this is exactly what happened in this picture. And then I just wrote it down on the lines. So make sure we're touching and telling first and then you write. So then let's think, okay, what happens next? So she crouched down and she saw that it was a little bird coming out of the bush. Now, was she scared? What did I say when I touched and told across my fingers? I said that she was a little bit scared. You can see the worry on her face right here. She was a little bit scared of this bird. So that's what I touch and told about this picture. So remember, we take our fingers and we touch each picture and tell. So this is what I wrote for that one. She crouched She crouched by the path. It was a fierce bird. Gretchen felt afraid. So I touched and I told what happened on this page, and then I wrote it. And then this last page that we're going to look at, well, if she was afraid, but now she's holding up the bird, obviously she was brave. She felt really brave to pick up the bird. So she scooped the bird into her sweater, and that's exactly what I wrote. So I touched and I told what happened in this picture, and then I wrote it down. I'll be brave, she thought. She scooped up the bird in her sweater. Now remember what these mean. These are quotation marks. It means that the character said that. And I think that it would be a really great idea for you guys to use quotation marks if you can. So now it's your turn to try. You're going to practice your story across your fingers just like Miss Alloway showed you. Then I want you to take your sketches. You're going to touch and tell across your pages. Then you write your story to go with your pictures that you drew last week. And then when you're done, you're going to load your story into Seesaw on the assignment when you are done. So for your spelling, make sure you're also taking charge in your spelling. Sound out all the words. You all have a word wall in your binder. So remember, if you need to use the word wall, you definitely can. I strongly encourage it. And use the word chunks that you know. So this is what you need to do. So you tell across your pages, and then you write your story to go with the pictures that you did last week, and then upload it to me to Seesaw. So I hope you guys learned a lot from this mini lesson, and I cannot wait to read your stories. Bye, guys.